We all agreed not to do gifts this year, my mom said, while my brother's kids unwrapped iPhones, a $3,000 gaming PC, and VIP concert tickets. You're overreacting, Dad smirked. I just nodded, grabbed my kids' coats, and that night I ended every shared subscription, card, and payment in my name. By morning, there were 63 missed calls and 2 cops at my door. Can you imagine being called a thief by your own parents, with actual police at your door, all because you finally said enough after years of silently paying for their lives? Because that was my Christmas morning. What the hell happened, right? Honestly, it all started years ago. I'm Noah Hart, 35, oldest son, husband to my amazing Lena, and dad to 2 incredible kids who, bless their hearts, probably love a cardboard box more than any fancy toy inside it. I've always been the one. The one who fixes the Wi-Fi, remembers birthdays, keeps the family group chat from dying, and silently, often invisibly, pays for things no one ever talks about. My family? Well, they had a way of treating my bank account like it was a shared resource, a bottomless ATM with my name on it. I grew up in a house where money wasn't just a mood, it was the mood. When Dad was happy, bills just handled themselves. But when he was in a bad mood, a light left on was a personal affront, a direct attack. Mom's love always came with a hidden invoice. "We did so much for you," she'd say, then present a memory disguised as a bill I owed. My brother, Jake, he was the golden boy. Loud, charming, surfed through life on pure luck, but everyone called it skill. When teachers called home about his energy, Mom called him gifted. When I brought home an honor roll report, she'd just say, "Of course," and tell me to keep quiet so Jake could focus. At 17, I was washing dishes. Jake was using the car I'd saved for because his gas money situation was always complicated. At 19, I co-signed a student card for him to build credit. He built it like a bonfire, burning through it with late fees and cash advances, then turning on the tears when Mom found the statement. "You two figure it out," she'd sigh, handing me the bill. And I always did. I always figured it out. Lena and I, we built our own life. A small 2-bedroom, a squeaky window our kids thought made for excellent camping. I worked for a medical group. Lena taught kindergarten, coming home with glitter stuck to her neck like hard-won medals. We lived within our means, sometimes even under them. I tracked every subscription, juggled due dates, packed lunches, made lists. My paycheck wasn't glamorous, but it was ours. Every dollar had a job, but the family group chat had other plans for those dollars. "Mom, Netflix is acting weird." "Noah, can you check?" "Dad, ESPN Plus login again, please." "Jake, bro, can you just add me to your Amazon? Aaron's card is being weird." Being weird, of course, meant maxed out. And I added them. It was always easier than the fight. $30 here, 12 there, 90 once a year. A steady drip, 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 until the bucket was full. Jake's jobs were like the seasons, constantly changing. Sales, startups, some YouTube project. He even had a blog phase where he wrote about grind culture from a couch I was paying the internet for. "Invest in me," he said once, serious. "We're family." I didn't invest in his latest scheme, no. But I did buy his kids' school shoes when Aaron texted me at 11 p.m. with an emergency. The next morning, Mom posted a Facebook memory about how proud she was of her boys. The likes? They all went to Jake. When we bought a used minivan, Dad just said, "Fancy." When Jake leased a truck bigger than our kitchen, Dad beamed, "You only live once." When Lena and I skipped a beach trip to fix our leaking sink, Mom actually asked why we were so negative. 2 summers ago, Dad forgot property taxes. He called me like a telemarketer. Fast, friendly, urgent. "Buddy, we could lose the house." I arranged a payment plan, sat with him at the kitchen table, set up auto draft. He nodded through my instructions like a tourist. Mom made lemonade, told me I was a good son. A month later, she told a neighbor she'd managed the whole thing herself. It was always like this. Every December, a new rule about gifts. No gifts this year, after Jake's third job switch. Only homemade after Aaron's boutique closed. Secret Santa, $20 limit after Dad's colonoscopy bills. And every single year, someone broke it. And it was never me. Aaron would bring designer scarves on sale. Dad would unveil a grill that needed its own extension cord. Mom would give Jake just a little something that looked suspiciously like a watch ad. When I brought cookies and a framed photo of the grandkids, Mom called it thoughtful. Then, always she'd add, "It's not about money." But it always was. The small asks grew teeth. Jake would send a Zelle request labeled Little League. Aaron would text, "Hey, can you pay the field trip this time? They won't let me sign up without a card, and mine is acting weird." My own daughter missed a book fair because our envelope got lost at school. I hugged her, told her we'd go to the library. That same night, I approved a $240 request from Jake labeled uniforms. When I dared to mention budgeting, Mom sighed, "Noah, stop counting. It's Christmas. Don't be petty." Petty was the word for any boundary I tried to set. "Let's switch everyone off my Amazon. It's unsafe," I'd say. "Family shares," Mom would counter. "Please don't hand out my login," I'd plead. "It's not nuclear codes," Dad would scoff. I'd change passwords, then change them back after the phone call started. The path of least resistance was a trench I kept digging deeper and deeper. 2 weeks before that Christmas, Jake posted a photo of his kids at a gaming store, eyes shining. "Big surprise coming," he wrote. Aaron commented with a string of gift emojis. Mom heart reacted like she was on payroll. Then, in the group chat, Mom wrote, "No gifts this year, everyone. Times are tough." I wrote, "Got it." Dad reacted with a thumbs up. Aaron sent a same with a snowflake emoji. Jake? He didn't say anything. Lena asked if I was okay with it. "I am," I said. I was tired. I wanted quiet hot cocoa, board games with missing pieces. We baked cookies with our kids, put them in a tin. They looked terrible. They tasted perfect. I slept fine. And then we walked into my parents' living room. That fake cinnamon spray, mixed with hot dust from the space heater. Mom stepped in front of me as I took off my coat, patting my chest like she owned the fabric. "We all agreed not to do gifts this year," she said low and crisp. "It's been a hard season for everyone. Don't make a scene." I just blinked. I hadn't brought anything. "Good," Dad added from his recliner, not even looking up. "No pressure. We're focusing on time together." Lena squeezed my hand. Our kids proudly carried in their tin of blobby, red-sprinkled cookies. I felt relieved. No gifts meant no scoreboard, no comparison. Then Aaron clapped. "Presents," she sang like a game show host. Jake winked at his kids. "Special exception," he grinned. "From Santa." Mom didn't say a word to stop it. She just moved a throw pillow instead, like that mattered more. Their son tore into a square box. "iPhone," he shouted, newest model, like he'd seen God. Their daughter peeled back paper on a stack of VIP concert tickets. 3 nights. Front row. A pop star whose drawings my daughter had on her notebook. The big box went last. A gaming PC, lights like a nightclub. A card taped on top. For school, too. The room erupted. Dad actually stood up for that one, hands behind his back, nodding the way he does at car dealerships. Mom pressed a hand to her heart. "Oh, Jake." But we said, she was smiling when she said it. Jake shrugged. "It's Christmas." He looked at me like it was a punchline. My son glanced at his little sister, then at the cookies they'd made. He studied the iPhone box like it was some alien planet. Quietly, he said, "Too bright. We can play with the box after, right?" My daughter hugged her cookie tin close, her lip doing that stubborn wobble she hates everyone seeing. I heard my voice come out flat, hollow. So the no gifts rule was... Mom tilted her head. "No one said you couldn't bring something small. Her eyes slid down my sweater like I'd failed a dress code. Besides, Jacob pays for so much during the year. Let him have his moment. Aaron laughed. Don't be dramatic, Noah. You know how sensitive you get. Dad smirked without meeting my eyes. You're overreacting. I looked at my kids. Lena met my gaze for a second. The whole room felt like a vacuum. I wasn't about to cry in front of them. I wasn't going to argue over wrapping paper and rules that only ever applied to me. Coats, I said quietly to my two. I kept my face neutral, like this was the most normal thing in the world. I helped my daughter slide her arm into her sleeve. My son carefully put their cookies back in the tin, like they were fragile glass. Mom stepped forward. You're not leaving. Don't be silly. Jake's grin stretched. Man, come on. Stay. It's not that deep. I opened the front door. The cold air sliced through the cloying, fake cinnamon. Merry Christmas, I said. I didn't slam the door. Didn't make a speech. Just walked out with my family down the steps into the frost that felt like truth. You don't start a night like that from zero. You build toward it with 1,000 small cuts. In the car, our kids were quiet. Lena turned on the seat heaters. Slow warmth under the cold. No one blamed me. No one said anything. That silence, polite, careful, was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. At home, I put the cookie tin on the counter. The sprinkles looked like someone had bled glitter. My phone buzzed. A text from Mom. You were rude. Then another. We were embarrassed. Then Dad, grow up. Lena stood beside me, hip against the counter. Say it, she said. I'm done, I told her. My voice wasn't loud. It felt like placing a book on a shelf, final, soft. She nodded. Then do it. You don't flip a table in my world. You pull a thread and watch the tablecloth slide out clean. I opened the family group chat. My thumb hovered. Jake had sent a photo of his son holding the iPhone, 2 fingers up like a trophy. Christmas miracle, he'd captioned it. Aaron had added, he deserves the best. I typed, starting tonight, I'm ending every subscription, card, and payment in my name. Please update your own. You have 24 hours to download anything important. After that, my accounts are mine. I didn't press send. Not yet. Old habit. Show Mom first. Ask permission without admitting it. Lena, gently cover my hand. You don't need to explain, she said. You've explained for 10 years. I hit send. A small whoosh. Then I opened my bank app. My hands didn't shake. I scrolled through autopays, Netflix Family, HBO Max Family, ESPN Plus Dad, Amazon Prime, Everyone Cloud Storage Jake. A phone line I'd added 3 years ago, just for a month for Aaron's contractor discount. My stomach tightened. Lena slid a notebook next to me, a pen. You already know the list, she said. I did. I canceled the add-on phone line first. The carrier app asked, Are you sure? Like a concerned friend. Yes. I removed secondary users, changed the Prime password, turned off household sharing, removed saved cards on Jake's account, ended ESPN Plus, updated my streaming profiles to know us. I canceled the cloud storage that billed to my card for devices I didn't even own. Notifications stacked up. You've made changes to your plan. Your payment method has been removed. Your account will expire on. Messages lit the group chat like a pinball machine. Jake, dude, what are you doing? Mom, Noah. No. Dad, put it back. Aaron, are you serious right now? It's Christmas. Me, yes. It's unsafe to share accounts and cards. Handle your own. Jake, wow. Power trip. Mom, we'll talk tomorrow. I turned off the chat's alerts. Not the group, just the noise. Lena handed me hot tea. It smelled like mint and a clean page. At midnight, I logged into our joint credit card and removed Jake as an authorized user. I disabled one-touch ordering on Amazon. I canceled 3 subscriptions I'd forgotten I paid for until the app flashed red. At 12:40 a.m., I saw it. The old gym membership Dad had put on my card after he lost his wallet. He'd never gone. I canceled it. The app asked if I wanted to leave a reason. I typed, no longer useful. I wasn't angry. Anger had been used up earlier, in the space between iPhone and don't be dramatic. This was something else. I felt like I was clicking seatbelts into place. At 1:12 a.m., Lena went to bed. She paused in the doorway. "I'm proud of you," she said. My chest pulled tight in a good way, like a hug from the inside. At 1:30 a.m., I added fraud alerts to my cards, put travel notifications on our spring break plans, set up two-factor authentication where it had previously been a prayer. At 2:04 a.m., I opened a new family group. Me, Lena, our kids, as a future placeholder for when they're older. I named it Here Tome. I sent one message, movie night tomorrow. Popcorn, your pick. My son's tablet dinged from the other room. He'd hear it in the morning and smile. By 2:30 a.m., I was done. Not perfect. Done. I slept. At 6:10 a.m., the doorbell rang. My peephole showed two uniforms and my parents on the porch, like a bad sitcom crossover. Dad had his "I'm reasonable" face on. Mom clutched her robe like she'd been dragged from bed by injustice itself. I opened the door. Morning. One officer spoke, voice calm. "We got a call about a family dispute. Is everything okay here?" Mom jumped in. "He stole our services," she said, stabbing a finger at me. "He locked us out of accounts." Her voice broke, perfectly on cue. "We have grandkids who can't watch their shows." Dad added, "He threatened us with money." I looked at the officer. I sent a message last night that I would stop paying for accounts I own. All logins and cards are my name. There were no threats, just boundaries. The second officer glanced at Mom. "Ma'am, this sounds like a civil matter." Mom's face shifted. "He's unstable," she said. "We're worried about the children." She tried to peer past me, like my living room was a crime scene. Behind me, Lena stepped into view. Ponytail, sweatshirt, calm. "Our kids are eating pancakes, shaped like snowmen," she said. "Would you like one?" The first officer gave a small smile, like he wasn't supposed to. "We don't need pancakes." Dad tried another angle. "Son, just turn it back on until after the holiday." "No," I said. Jake's text popped up on my lock screen like a comic speech bubble. "Put ESPN back or I swear." I flipped the phone over. Mom stared at me like I was a door she should be holding open. "Family doesn't do this," she said. "Family doesn't make one person pay for everything and call it love," I said. The officer cleared his throat. "If there's no threat and everyone is safe, we'll head out." Mom's eyes filled in a way I'd seen 1,000 times. Always time to tilt a room. "Noah, don't do this," she whispered. "It's Christmas." "It is," I said. "Go home." They left with a final glare that said this wasn't over. The officers nodded polite goodbyes. The door closed. The house exhaled. My phone buzzed itself dizzy. 63 missed calls. Then 70. A vortex. Mom, Dad, Jake, unknown numbers. Aaron went full caps in the group chat. "My kids can't watch anything." Jake sent a voice note. I didn't listen. Dad texted, "We raised you like it was a bill." I made coffee. Lena flipped snowman pancakes, the eyes slightly crooked. Our son asked what VIP meant. I told him it means someone decided you were important. He nodded like that made sense. At 9 a.m., Mom called from a different number. I picked up because a clean break meant I could choose my moments. "You're humiliating us," she said. "I'm not posting anything. I canceled my payments. You're punishing your brother's children." "I'm feeding my own," I said. Silence. Then we did. "So much for you." "You did some things," I said. "I did a lot for you. That ledger works both ways." She inhaled sharply. "Money isn't everything." "It was last night," I said. Click. At 10 a.m., Jake called, went straight to attack mode. "You petty little—" "Stop," I said not loud. "Here's what's true. You used my cards. You used my login. You didn't ask. You got used to thinking my wallet was a family resource. It's not. Get your own accounts. If you need help setting them up, I'll send you a list." "You think you're better than us," he sneered. "I think I'm done being your bank," I replied. He laughed like a cough. "You want us to fail." "I want to stop failing my own family." He tried the oldest tool he had. "Mom said you were always jealous." I was tired. "We're not doing this," I said. I hung up. I blocked no one. I wasn't running. I just wasn't available. By noon, Mom sent a long message in the big chat. A performance I could have lip-synced to. "We love you, but this is not how family acts. Your father and I are disappointed. Jacob is devastated. The children are confused. Please remember all the times we've supported you." It came with a photo of the gift pile from last night. All smiles. I replied once. "I will no longer share accounts, cards, or bills. Going forward, any help will be discussed and documented. No surprises, no guilt." Dad texted me privately, "You're making your mother sick. Put it back." Me, "No, Aaron. Guess we know who you really are." Me, "Yes." Then a strange thing happened in the chat. My aunt, quiet wallpaper until now, wrote, "Good for you, Noah." Cousin Ben added a thumbs up. My late uncle's wife, who rarely speaks, wrote, "We did this last year. Best decision we made." The thread hiccuped. Mom left the chat. Dramatic exit. Aaron followed. Jake renamed it Family Without Traitors. Then he left, too. My house got peaceful. The kids built a pillow fort. Lena crawled in with them and texted me a photo of 3 heads in a row, all hair and soft cheeks. I saved it. In the afternoon, I opened a spreadsheet. Old pattern, but this time it wasn't for plugging leaks. It was a list of things I could add back to our life now that the drip stopped. Swimming lessons. A new pair of boots for Lena. The library fundraiser my daughter wanted to support with sticker money. A weekend at the cheap cabin by the lake in the spring. I named the file Yes. At 3 p.m., Dad left me a voicemail. "Your mother is crying. Be a man." I deleted it. At 4 p.m., my sister, half-sister technically on Mom's side, texted me for the first time in months. "I'm proud of you," she wrote. "I canceled my Amazon family last year. They still bring it up at Thanksgiving. I bring pie and ignore them." "Thanks," I wrote back. She sent a pie emoji and a tiny knife. We both laughed, even in text. By evening, the storm moved from outrage to quiet. They were setting up new accounts, figuring out that free trial means set a calendar reminder. Mom posted a photo of a jigsaw puzzle with half the pieces done. Caption, "Making our own fun." A dig. I didn't take it. We did movie night. Our son picked an old animated film. Our daughter picked the couch corner that swallows you whole. I made popcorn in a pot because the microwave version gives Lena a headache. Mid-movie, my phone buzzed with a new number. "This is the streaming service," the message read. "We noticed you canceled." I laughed out loud. The kids shushed me dramatically. After bedtime, Lena and I sat at the table, elbows touching. "I thought your dad would push harder," she said. "He will," I replied. "He needs an audience." "What happens now?" she asked. "We keep our money," I said. "If they want something, they can ask. If we say yes, it's with boundaries. And Christmas next year, we'll be out of town." The idea landed clean, somewhere with real cinnamon. We cleaned the kitchen. It felt like wiping off a whiteboard after years of scribbles. A few days later, Mom texted a single line. "Are we still invited to the kids' recital?" I stared at it. For years, I would have read it 3 times, trying to find the trap. Now I read it once. "Yes," I wrote. "Please don't bring gifts. Just come on time." She replied with a period. Not a yes, not a no. A period. Fine. Jake hasn't called since the blow-up. He made a story about fake family and haters and posted it on an app no one uses. Aaron liked it with 3 fire emojis. Their kids called our kids to ask if they could still come over to build fort sometimes. Yes, we said. Our door is not a bank. It's still a door. Dad tried one more be a man voicemail that sounded like an ad for a timeshare. I didn't call back. I don't need to defend a boundary that keeps my house standing. I keep thinking about my son at the tree, pretending the box was the fun part. I keep thinking about my daughter's stubborn grip on that tin of ugly cookies. I grew up trained to believe that love meant proving your worth in small, constant payments. I'm done paying for permission to be respected. Now the house is quieter. The budget is honest. Our kids ask, "Can we get the hot chocolate with the mini marshmallows?" And I say yes. Without checking if Jake needs gas money first. Lena stopped carrying a receipt pile in her purse, just in case. I unsubscribed from a dozen family emails that weren't mine. Last night, my aunt texted me a screenshot. Mom had started her own streaming account. The profile icons were generic. No cute names, just user one. It made me laugh. They'll survive. They always do when they have to. Here's what I understand now. I can't make my parents fair. I can make my home safe. I can't keep Jake from choosing spotlights over grocery lists. I can choose not to light the stage for him. If my kids learn anything from this, let it be that love isn't a tab you keep open out of guilt. It's a table you sit at because everyone brings something, even if it's just the salt and a good joke. I didn't end Christmas. I ended the story where I'm the extra wallet with a smile. I'm still the one who fixes the Wi-Fi, remembers birthdays, keeps chats from dying. I'm still me. I'm just not their bank. No more shared cards. No more secret add-ons. No more acting weird when a card declines that isn't mine. If I help, it's clear. It's planned. It's mine to give. I'm not overreacting. I'm done being used. And that's the whole moral. Simple as a snowman pancake. I will not be punished for having boundaries. I will not confuse access with love. I will not teach my kids that generosity means ignoring unfairness until it feels normal. They can keep their VIP tickets. I'll keep my family. And this time, I'm the one who decides who gets a seat at my table. So, tell me, what would you have done in my place? Have you ever faced something like this with your own family? I really want to hear your thoughts in the comments below.